What's up, guys? It's Kaiba on the Renegade. Hope you're having a great day today. I'm bringing you something a little bit different today. We're doing a Monster Hunter Rise tier list. I've never done a tier list before, so this is going to be interesting, but I've noticed that my tier list actually seems to differ from most of the ones I've seen. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you do, please leave a like, and I will make more of them in the future if you guys like it. So let's dive right in here. I don't know how much you guys know about Monster Hunter, but this is the Great Baggy. He's basically kind of the same guy as Kulu, Yaku, and, oh, I can't remember his name right now. I remembered it when I was watching somebody else do it. Anyway, he's kind of the same as them, but his thing is he puts you to sleep. He's okay. The tiers I've put up here are Divine, Godly, Pretty Good, Middle of the Road, Not Fun, and Why. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna put the Great Baggy in the middle of the road. He's actually pretty fun when he puts you to sleep, but really, if he just doesn't, do anything too excited, he's not very much fun. He can be fun, but he's gotta be like wild with his sleep. Up next is Kulu Yaku. Kulu Yaku is actually kind of a favorite of mine, but he's not actually that impressive. I'm gonna put him in pretty good because I really like how he pulls the rocket or pots or something from the ground and tries to fight you, but you can smash him if you're using the right kind of weapon. It's really fun. I actually think that's a really well designed way to make smaller monsters more interesting. This guy, I forgot what his name is. I wish I could remember. He's the poison one. I only actually fought him a few times, but I would put him right on the middle of the road with the Great Jaggy. Then there's this guy, the Gombi. He's like a big bunny rabbit that's kind of like the Asaurus and the Volvidian. I would put him right on middle of the road too, just because really the only thing I like about him is that he slides across the ice super fast, like a penguin basically. But that's it. He's got this one semicircle move where he'll slide on the snow and spin around, but otherwise his other moves aren't too interesting. The throwing snowballs is kind of dumb, and he doesn't really have much else. So yeah. Then there's the Asaurus, who I will put right there. The Asaurus' biggest issues for me is he just doesn't have any move variety. He does that same swing in the claws attack that Volvidian and Gombi do, and he really doesn't excite me anytime I fight him. Even the Apex version, not very much fun for me. I don't hate him. He's definitely not Y, but Volvidian would also be right there with him, because I think it's kind of dumb to have a monster fart on you and then you just can't use an item for a while. Because honestly, even when I was in low rank or just coming up through high rank, nope, didn't have any issue with him. I needed to heal one time and I was like, yes, it finally wore off. Because I didn't ever bring deodorants with me. But yeah, no, he just doesn't entertain me. He's definitely better than the Asaurus, so I'll put him there. If we're doing that, then that's the order for that for me. So ones on the left are the best of that ranking, I guess. This guy, I know a lot of people like him, but I just think he's fucking boring. What does he do? I fought him 5 times or something like that with somebody else, and maybe it was just the way I was fighting him, but he didn't really strike me as all that interesting. The most interesting part of him is just his armored face, and I usually go for his tail anyway, so not really my deal. Barroth I think is actually pretty good. I really like the way that he works in this game. He feels functionally similar to Monster Hunter World, but he's got a few different moves, which is nice. Not too different. Shoot. I'm trying to think of the one move in particular that they changed, because I remember it. But honestly, Barroth is kind of forgettable, because he's still so small of a monster. Kizu, I would put in the middle of the road. I know a lot of people don't like him at all, but actually I find that his disgusting design is a little, like, endearing. And more than that, like, the electric powers are actually kind of cool. Like, maybe not the coolest or anything, but like how he can climb on walls and hang upside down and all that stuff kind of interests me. It's at least more fun to fight than the not fun monsters, and that's why I put him up there. Puke. Why? I didn't like Puke in Monster Hunter World, even though I ended up using its weapon for a long time. And I still don't really like it here. I especially didn't... Puke is the reason I didn't play Monster Hunter Iceborne, because it had the variant monsters, the subspecies, and I just didn't like him. Jiraiya is also a Y, but I like him better than Puke. So that's about that. I know the Heimladroth, or whatever he's called, is from other games like these two are, but the only games that I've played are Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Rise, so take that with a grain of salt. But Bessarios, I'm going to be the first to put you in godly there, buddy. Not incredible, but I feel like he does a great job of doing what Barroth was kind of supposed to be. Maybe not, maybe I'm wrong. I just feel like Barroth was supposed to be this strong, like, really hard to hit and take down guy, because he looks like he's made out of rock, but this guy is made out of rock, like straight up. So I'm gonna do something a little controversial here. Well, no, never mind. I'm actually gonna put that one in godly, because although no, I changed my mind. Oh, I'm going to put Rathian in Godly, because Rathian, or Divine, I mean, because I forget Godly's not the top. I plan to do this the other way around, but, you know, because of my book series. But Divine and Godly, it just kind of makes more sense that way. But anyway, Rathian's always a fun fight. I feel like I could fight Rathian again and again and again and again, and it will never not be a fun fight. And I've fought him so many fucking times. I fought her so many times. And I still am interested every single time. Like, to me, Rathian is the bar for a good monster. It's exactly what we're looking for, to find something that's good, fresh, interesting, and fun to fight every time you fight it. So yeah. Bessarios, I'm gonna put up in Godly. Like him better than him. He's probably going to be at the back of the line there. I know that's controversial that he's even up there, so. Bessarios, I never liked in Monster Hunter World, but I actually like a lot in Monster Hunter Rise, just because the wire bugs make everything significantly easier. I don't really have much to say about him, though, other than he doesn't seem like he's changed basically at all from Monster Hunter World. It's just now everyone is more mobile, so it's easier to deal with him. Toby Kadachi, not fun for me. I know more people have enjoyed him in this game, but I still just think he's kind of boring. He's small, weak, and not very interesting. Anjanath is one of my favorites, actually. Like, I know a lot of people don't really like him, and I know that people are like, why does he have that mucus thing that doesn't do anything? But I saw something when I was in the arena where he, like, sneezed on the wall to do something. I'm not entirely sure what it was. I think he might have been trying to stick my teammate to it or something, but I was on the other side of him, so I couldn't really figure out what was going on there. So he did something with it. And I feel like Anjanath has some of the best, like, combat potential out of pretty much any monster. It's got really good, like, tail swings. The fire breath is cool as hell. You can hit those flaps, like, up on his back to stun him and knock him down. It's really cool. I think Anjanath's still one of the best designed monsters in this game because a T-Rex design like just screams monster to me. You know, it doesn't scream dragon. And while the Elder Dragons are cool and all that, I prefer monster personally. I know I've got Rathian above him there, but just stop licking me, you goober. Sorry, my cat. Yes, my cat. So then, is that Mitsune? Yes, that's Mitsune. Mitsune, I think I would actually put right up here in Godly as well. I'll put him in front of Anjanath because he's actually better of a fighter to me. He's a little bit slower, but the Bubble Blight's really cool. I heard he comes back from old Monster Hunters, but of course I haven't played one where he was in it other than Monster Hunter Rise. And not gonna lie, I really like his like water laser blast thing that multiple enemies tend to use, but like the way he does it is cool, like the spinning around, and yeah, I think Mitsune does a really good job of being powerful and intimidating, but also like beautiful. It's neat. Then there's Narukuva. I know a lot of people really like Narukuva, but I'd really just put it middle of the road / a little above middle of the road. Yeah, that's just kind of how I feel. I know a lot of people like Narukuva, but for me it's just something to farm. It has some of the best weapons out there. I've noticed both the Insect Glaive and the Sword and Shield have white sharpness with the Narukuva blades. So there's that. Oh yeah, the weapons I mean, just real quick. I mean, the Insect Glaive, now the Sword and Shield, because I've been spending the past, like, week practicing with that, and I really like it. The Switch Axe and the bow. Those are my 4 weapons of choice. It used to be just 3. But yeah. Rathalos has to go right down here. He's very good. I like the way he fights. I just don't think he's quite as good as Rathian because he doesn't have the poison. Like, he should have that. Give him the more fiery and the poison, and that would make him a really, really good monster. Zinogre's pretty good. I know a lot of people like him. I know I keep saying that. But I don't really have that much to say about Zinogre. Most of the time it's a pretty quick hunt. The big thing is that you can just slam him in the back and now he's not powerful anymore, and that's kind of lame. Like, you should have seen the way I was fighting, the way I've been practicing with the Sword and Shield is I've been doing all the low rank village quests, with Hinoa outside, not in the not in the community hub, but in the village. And I did all of them, and I did them with the Sword and Shield, but it was a fully upgraded set, so I basically didn't take damage, and I did a crap ton to them. So yeah. Oh, these are the Apexes. Okay. Apex Asaurus. Why? Just why? Apex Rathian. Godly. It was very fun to fight. Had a really good time. Apex Mitsune, also godly. I can't remember your name, but I fought you a bunch of times, and I went after your, little guys, too. And you, I would actually put right here with these guys, but you... Hang on. There we go. That's the right order. The Anksum was one of the first monsters I really started going after when I started playing it, but now I just kind of think it's a little dull, so I'll put it at pretty good and the back of it. So he's basically one step up from them. Tetronodon, I fought a whole bunch, and I just don't really enjoy. I'll put him there. Like him better than these two, but it's about even with him. Bishaten, middle of the road. He's got a lot of cool stuff going for him. I really like his design. I just think his fight is kind of dull. Like, he's got interesting attacks, and the way he moves is cool, but he, like Somnicath, who we're also about to put in the middle of the road, they just kind of sit there on their tails and don't really do all that much unless they're, like, doing one thing or another. Usually they'll sit there for, like, a good 5-10 seconds at the most and just fucking sit there. And it's like, what are you doing, guys? Come on. Magnamolo is divine, and he's the very front for me. For me, Magnamolo is the best monster in this game. I don't know if... I'm gonna find out right now. Magnamolo. Magnamolo. Wow. Look at that. Magnamolo. Where's the first game he appeared in? Has a turf war with Angsum, it says. Yeah, so, Magnamolo will take on fucking anybody. He will take on the Elder Dragons, any monster that you happen to be fighting, you and your entire team just because you're walking by. He doesn't care. He's gonna try and kill you. And if you're a monster, you're probably gonna get dead pretty quick. Magnamolo is by far my favorite monster out of anything that's come out of Monster Hunter so far. I really like literally everything about his design, from like the pink magic energy stuff that he has, to that big sonic boom attack and how he uses blast and stuff. Like, he's just so cool. I love everything about him. I like his armor, even though I haven't worn it because it's just not really my style, but I think it looks cool. And I really like his weapons, and I think he's the fucking best, dude. Like, I've got a couple of really good clips that are coming up for a montage eventually when we actually get to it. And you guys will be fucking blown away by the shit Magnamolo will do just to fight anybody. Gauss Harangue. I'm gonna put him... Ooh, that's a tough one. Yeah, I'll put him in pretty good. But I like Gauss Harangue more than legit everybody else here. Madrin, I hunted a whole lot for his armor when he came out, so I'm a little peeved with him because it took me forever to get a golden mud spear or whatever it is. And yeah, honestly, he's just a fun, pretty solid fight. He takes forever. His tail is really hard to cut because it's his main weapon for attacking. Yeah, I enjoy him. I think his gimmicks are cool, like the mud and stuff. So we'll just move on. You ranked. I can never say your name. The Spider Queen thingy. Don't like you. Don't like you one bit. You're boring. The only cool thing about you is the flamethrower and that you kind of spit your babies at us, but that's not really exciting. Just dull. Dull and boring. Rajang. I heard Rajang was in Monster Hunter Iceborne, but I only found that out recently after I got into Monster Hunter Rise, so I might go back to that eventually just to fight Rajang, because I actually really enjoy Rajang a lot. I think he's got a really cool moveset. I actually do think he is a Dragon Ball reference, but I'm not totally sure. But he's just really entertaining every time you fight him. His big laser blast is a fucking, like, devastating attack if you don't have your armor upgraded. So, just watch out and hope he doesn't body you, because that's what he's trying to do constantly, especially when he gets pissed. I love him. He's great. Tigrex. Tigrex I had a hard time with in Monster Hunter World, and I actually thought that made him a better monster. But in Monster Hunter Rise, I really haven't had any issue with him. And I'm going to put him there. No, I'm not. I'm going to put him there. That's where he belongs. Just behind Gauss Harangue, who has taken his spot as tough but enjoyable ice level monster. The Diablos I've always had an issue with. Like, it's not the monster itself that I have an issue with, it's that I can't fight him. Like, I literally always die. It's a bitch. But yeah. I would put Diablos... I'm pretty sure he's just middle of the road, honestly. Right about there. Not too exciting, but got some cool surprises. Who the fuck is that? Oh, that's Ibushi. Ibushi. Let's see. I really like both Ibushi and Narwa's design, but Ibushi just kind of hangs out and throws boulders at your thing. So at least for right now, on Update 2.0, I'm only going to put Ibushi in pretty good and at the back of the line. Narwa, however, can go all the way up here into Divine, because the laser blasts and the fucking... like, big balls of energy, and how it's got that, like, one sweet spot on its belly you can hit. It's got a lot of really good design to it. I really enjoy that fight every time I go for it. What are these guys? Are those Apexes too? Oh, that's Apex Rathalos, Apex Mitsune? Oh, we already had... No, that's Apex Mitsune. Oh no, that's Bezel Gauss. Okay. I forgot Bezel Gauss was in this, because he's in Monster Hunter World. And I just fought him this morning, too. Anyway, Apex Rathian is also going to go right up here, because... Oh, that must be the pink Rathalos. Or the Apex... Or, I keep saying Rathalos when I mean Rathian. The pink, like, poison one. But yeah, that was actually also a really good fight. I'm glad well, now that I have realized this, that's how this goes. Because this one's got a lot of really cool moves for its, rampage mode. And I had a really good time in that, but when I was hunting it, on its own with other people, it was also pretty fun. But this one, I don't remember whether or not it had a rampage, but when it was just on its own, it was a freaking blast. Like, I had a really good time trying to not be poisoned or running it off or whatever. And it was just a fucking really solid fight. Bezel Gauss. Always kind of had a problem with Bezel Gauss. He's very annoying. He's less annoying in this game. Which, thank God. I'm just gonna put him in not fun. He does lead not fun, though. Because he belongs there. Who dat? Oh yeah, Apex Diablos. I didn't fight Apex Diablos. So I'm gonna put him right next to Diablos. And hope that's okay with everybody. Didn't actually fight him. Teostra, pretty good. Kushala Daora was infinitely fucking better in Monster Hunter Rise. In Monster Hunter World, not very fun. It took forever to get to him, just a pain to try and deal with him, and unless you had windproof, you were waiting forever to get anywhere near him. So, just dull. Monster Hunter Rise did it right. They gave him one really big whirlwind attack, and a whole bunch of other aerial-based attacks, and he's just way more fun. I don't think you even need windproof at all anymore, and I had some cool clips in a previous montage with him. So I'm going to put him way up here. Yeah, he's a little less fun than Narwa. You know what? Narwa is more fun than Rajang and the Mitsune, though. And Rathian. There we go. And last is Camellias. I've heard he's a returning monster, but I'm not up to date, as I said. I really enjoyed Camellias' fight in this game, in particular, just because, like, the whole turning invisible thing, I'm not sure if that was, I haven't looked up what his old moveset was like, but for real, just the way he, like, turns mostly invisible, and you can still kind of see where he is, but he'll move around and stuff, like, he's just trying to throw you off, and I think that's a really enjoyable way to fight. So I'm going to put him up here at the very top of Godly. So thanks everybody for watching. I know that was a very, like, maybe odd or peculiar, like, tier list and video, because I don't usually do stuff like this. But, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what I really think about the Monsters and Monster Hunter Rise 2.0 update. I think that so far, everything Monster Hunter Rise has done has been fucking gold. I would love to see them bring back, oh, what is it? Jeez. I have a hard time remembering the name because it's, so weird. Jeez, what is it called? Well, I'd like them to bring back raids at the very least, where you, where 4 teams fight a monster, basically, like, in a group. It's probably not going to be exactly the same in Monster Hunter Rise, just because, like, the way lobbies work is different. What was that monster called? It was made out of gold, but I can't remember what it was called. Gold Raid Monster, Monster Hunter World. Kolv Teroth, that was his name. Kolv Teroth was one of my favorite things in Monster Hunter World, and it made me play so many fucking hours. I would love to see something like that come back, something that's like heavily cooperative and it just kind of gives you weapons or something like just entertaining with RNG. I think that would be incredible. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I've been Kaiba on the Renegade. Like I said, there will be a brief hiatus. I'll be putting out another video about it tomorrow just so everyone is clear on it. But thanks for your subscription if you subscribed. I'll see you next time. Hope you have a great day. Bye.